Did you understand you're charged with the offense of burglary of a habitation? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Your Honor, we have applied for deferred adjudication.
Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding that this is her first offense, albeit there were very many on that day. She has led a very, very rough life. Her parents were abusive. She has had a rough go of it. Doesn't excuse what she's done. She also has learned, sadly, the hard way of choosing better companions to spend her time with. I can say on her behalf, however, I've been in touch with her grandfather. She has a very good support system with him. I've been in constant touch with him, and he agrees that she needs to take some responsibility for this, but on the same note too, he doesn't want this to ruin her life. Wants the opportunity for her to be able to go forward and hopefully put this behind her. She has a child, 2-year-old son, who's currently with the father, and she wants to be able to see her son again. She wants to be able to get a job, repay these victims, and move forward.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 18, Your Honor.
How far did you go in school?
I'm up to a junior and I'm completing school in the jail.
All right, is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am.
Any drug use?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Not currently, but marijuana,
And what else?
cocaine.
And what else?
That's it, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. The person who has your 2-year-old, the father, how old is he?
21, Your Honor.
And who does he live with?
He lives with himself. He has his own house.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Frosto, at some point in your life, the way somebody raised you, what somebody did to you is no longer an excuse to behave the way you do.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you continue on the path that you continue on, if you continue hanging around with people who mean you no good, who are up to no good, what's going to end up happening is you're going to find yourself missing a majority of your 2-year-old's life. And then your 2-year-old may or may not be in somebody's court saying, my mom was no good and my mom treated me bad and my mom put her friends before me. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you're going to have to do better. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The same Aria Eden Frosto, who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 01688 for the offense of burglary of a habitation on May 1st, 2023 for a term of 6 years. Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 42 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Aria Eden Frosto, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the weeks of September 25th, October 2nd, October 9th, and October 16th, 2023, in violation of condition number 42.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, oh, sorry.
Do you waive?
Yes, ma'am. We waived the other violation alleged in the motion.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 42, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? You need to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 42?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 42 true. Is there a proposed agreements?
There's not, Your Honor. The state is asking for a cap of 8 years in the prison, and I know the defense wants to ask for something else, Your Honor.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is requesting that, respectfully requesting that we possibly continue on probation.
Okay, you're gonna need to speak up. And everyone, you need to whisper. We're on the record. And if people are having reunions instead of chatting about cases, I'm gonna ask that you hold off on your reunion talks. Yes.
Your Honor, respectfully, my client is requesting that she be reinstated on probation and subject to any programs that the court might deem appropriate. My client would also like to address the court if
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Aria Eden Froster.
All right, what would you like to say?
I stand before you today to ask you to reinstate my probation and or give me a monitor to show you that I've matured since being 17. While being incarcerated, I have been working on my GED. I've also taken anger management courses and I've had good behavior since being incarcerated and always try to behave myself even on the outside. For being only 19, I am very mature for my age and I know I have a lot of potential. I also know my worth as a mother and a young woman. When it comes to being a hardworking, sophisticated woman, I plan on going to college when I am released, also to do is what I need to for probation. I have an interest in cosmetology and plan pursuing that as my career. I have a 3-year-old son that needs me at my best version of myself and looks up to me. I have 2 younger sisters, 14 and 13, that also look up to me as well. Since being incarcerated, I missed my son's 3rd birthday and my sister's 13th birthdays. They mean the
Okay,
world
let
to
me stop you for a moment. So the main question for me is, why are you not reporting? This whole thing about you missing your son's 3rd birthday and your sister's 13th birthday, that's all on you. So why are you not reporting?
I had a very hard life growing up. I haven't had parents. I haven't known right from wrong most of my life.
So let me ask you this. When is it your choices and it's not the fact that you had horrible parents? When does it become your choice?
No,
When you're 30? And then it's no longer, you can say, well, I had a bad childhood. My parents were horrible. My parents didn't raise me.
I know you're not.
So when does it stop being your parents' problem or your parents' fault? When is it because you're making choices?
I've made very bad choices.
No,
now.
I mean, my question is, how old are you now?
19.
All right, so my question to you is, when is it, woe is me, my parents were horrible, when does it become, it's a choice you made?
Right now, you're on.
No, when?
This choice.
When? Because what you're reading, you're giving me excuses as to why you didn't report. Your excuse is you don't know right from wrong, which I don't understand how that's even possible. But your excuse is I don't know right from wrong because I didn't have any parents to teach me right from wrong. And you're 19, correct?
Yes, you're on.
So at what age will you stop making an excuse that I don't know right from wrong because my parents didn't teach me? What age will you be when you won't come before another court or somebody else using that as an excuse? Tell me.
I'm sorry, you're on. Stop.
All right. So here's my other question. Why are you not reporting?
I had no transportation and I was trying my best. And I called him multiple times telling him my circumstance. And that was my probation officer.
Let me ask you this. Were you eating food? You need to say yes or no.
Yes, you're on.
So did you have a job?
No, you're on.
So how were you supporting yourself?
As best as I could.
No, what does that mean? How were you eating and supporting yourself if you didn't have employment?
I had my mom, but
All right, so you had your mom, the same mom who's a horrible parent who didn't teach you right from wrong, correct?
I chose her as my mom. She adopted me, but they had already said I had warrants out.
So were you living with her?
Yes,
And where is your 3-year-old?
he's with me and his dad. Back and forth. I see him on the weekends.
All right. So this is what I'm looking at. When this plea bargain was done, there were many cases that were taken in consideration. Have you paid any of the restitution?
Yes, I paid it when I went to probation the first time. I was paying my probation fees were $80 a month, and my drug fees, and I never came out dirty.
I mean, I just don't understand. You're not reporting. I don't understand that. I know this is your second motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor. But
So,
I want
I
to
mean-
change that. I really do. I want to
There-
change that.
All right. So I'm sorry, but you're not a good candidate for probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, this is your second time you've been given chances. I don't think there's anything else that the court can do for you. I mean, I don't think she has any prior history that would exclude her from potentially a shock probation, but I'm going to find her guilty. And as previously stated, I'm finding violation of condition number 42 true. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And I'm going to sentence her to 5 years in the prison. Give her credit for any time served. Probation, is there outstanding restitution?
I don't have any restitution.
Okay. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you do have a limited right to appeal, and that's as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, and I will tell you this, if we can go off the record, if you want me to consider shock probation, when you're at the prison, you had better be doing something to show me that you're making improvements and that you're internalizing the reason why you were sentenced. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you can talk to her about shock probation.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.